Is such a good coach. Those guys, they play their hearts out, and then to play them up here, you know, that's a tall task. And there was some highs and lows in that game. And again, I'm proud of my guys that they stood strong. They played together. There was a couple of possessions we'd like to have back, but to be honest with you, it had a lot to do with their aggressiveness, and they forced us to turn the ball over a little bit.
You guys had a lot of counter punches too when UMass started to build some momentum. When they tied it up before, especially, you guys always had a quick counter punch. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, again, we took what we got, but we wanted to. When we got up by 3, we wanted to make sure that we started to control the tempo of the game. We thought, again, I haven't seen the stats. All I saw was the halftime stats, but Chris Clark was doing a pretty good job at the X. So when that's going on, that's in the back of my head. All right, if we turn the ball over, defensively we started to settle in, and Chris Clark's doing a decent job at the X. Maybe we can afford this turnover. We can't afford many more, especially against a team like UMass.
And how big were the face-offs too?
Huge. I mean, Chris Clark's a freshman out there. He's going against a guy that's 60%, and you know, I thought he did a pretty good job. I don't know. Here come the stats down, so I don't know what's going on. Thank you. Yeah. So face-offs 15 to 21. It's pretty good for a freshman.
How important was that coming off last week against Cornell?
Yeah.
Absolutely killed on face-offs.
Yeah, I mean, certainly, I'm thrilled, again, for Chris Clark to bounce back like that. And after you come off an emotional win like Cornell, UMass is probably our best opponent, because that's one of the teams that really gets us up and going, you know, because the Hofstra UMass goes back for a long time of just street yard brawls. So now we got to gear it up. We got one more to go in the CAA against a tough Penn State team that's really playing well right now.
Can you talk about Mike? Mike's performance. Did he get 5 goals?
Mike Malave?
Yeah,
he's been shooting the ball pretty well right now, and he's done a good job. He's just finishing his opportunities. Really proud of him. You know, he's had a pretty good 2 weeks right now. You know, I guess he was the player of the week last week. We don't listen to a lot of that stuff. We appreciate the awards, but those are individual stuff. And for him to come out and bury a bunch, that's a great job by him.
How critical is Sam to your offense too? Because he really seemed like he was doing a great job.
Yeah, you know what? Sam went against 37 today. He was a pretty good defenseman. And when Sam has the ball, there's a sense of calmness. You know, he does a really good job with it. Very rarely does he make mistakes. And I thought he made a couple big plays. And I thought Lance, you know, he toughed it out at the end, got banged around a little bit, and he did a good job.
Coach, what does it mean to you to have the regular season title under your belt now, even though you got one more conference game?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it was one of our goals to be in the CAA tournament, and now to be in the CAA tournament and to be the #1 seed and to have a home game on that Wednesday is certainly, you know, that's a great goal that we had. We could check that box, and now we got to move on because we still have one more game before that, a really important game against Penn State.
Tell me how gratifying it is. You had a big freshman class, a big newcomer class this year, to now be 10-3 on the season.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we started out 0-2, and it didn't look like we were going to be 10-3. There was a couple of doubters out there, and I will tell you that I'm proud. Our locker room door closed, and we just said these are the guys that are going to have to make this change. And with Chris Clark playing the way he did, and a couple other freshmen coming in and helping out, it's pretty good.
Okay, thanks.